So, Final Fantasy 16 is out finally, and I've been playing it non-stop now for 2 days since the release. That's also why there haven't been that many videos, I'm sorry for that. But the news also is pretty dry when it comes to gaming leaks and rumors. But today I actually wanted to talk a bit about Final Fantasy 16, because it's one of my most hyped games this year. And I quickly wanted to give you guys a kind of a quick opinion of what I find of the game. I've been playing it now for I think 16 hours in total to 17 hours, so I'm kind of halfway-ish. And the game is very good. I want to start with that, especially story-wise and presentation-wise from what I've seen and played so far. But this will be the most controversial Final Fantasy game so far. And what I mean with that is that a lot of Final Fantasy stuff from previous games like magic, RPG systems, and especially party members, they are kind of absent in this game. Now, Final Fantasy 16 at the moment is also getting review bombed on Metacritic. I just saw that. And the user scores around the 6 out of 10. Because a lot of Final Fantasy fans, hardcore Final Fantasy fans, are a bit angry with the game that a lot of core mechanics are out. Basically, so far that I've played of this game, it's basically like a God of War, like a Devil May Cry-ish action-adventure style game. It has a very good combat system though. A lot of the attention to the development went more to the presentation of the game. I can already see that. I am making a review for the game as well. If you guys are interested in my full opinion of the game when I finish the game, I will be posting a review on Ace Eyes for it. They are also dropping a lot of aspects that Final Fantasy fans know, like magic. Magic is still in the game, but it's very reduced, and it's basically now a shot magic power that you just shoot flames out of your hand with just a spam of a control. And we knew this game would be a fully action game. They were hiring the combat designer for Devil May Cry, so we already knew a lot of stuff would be different, but I do think they went a bit too far overboard with the changes here. And I don't think a lot of Final Fantasy fans were ready for that. To be honest, I don't hope they continue with this direction for newer Final Fantasy games. I kind of want this to be the only one. And for Final Fantasy 17, if they ever do one, like a 17, I do hope they go a bit back to some more traditional stuff. The thing is, 7 Remake was already a action-focused game, and in my opinion, that might be the best Final Fantasy action combat system now so far. It doesn't throw away its turn-based roots with the ABT or something system. I can't remember the AB system, where you could pause the game and you could do magic spells or you could do special moves. I think that game was more strategic with still its RPG roots, weaknesses towards enemies, and of course the party system. In Final Fantasy VII Remake you have Cloud, Tifa, Aerith, Barret, and in 16 you kind of also have a party. You have Torgal, your dog. I do love Torgal a lot. You also have Sid, which is probably now my favorite character in the game so far, and then you also have Jill. I'm not really a big fan of Jill. She's kind of boring so far in the game, I'm sorry. The problem is with 16 that party-based mentality is kind of gone, and these characters do accompany you all the time in the game. There is someone with you, but it changes up and you can't really use any special moves. You can't really equip equipment for them. As an example, they are fully autonomous, except for Torgal. You can give Torgal commands to bite or to heal yourself. I like that, but a lot of stuff that Final Fantasy fans love, and especially as an RPG, are kind of lacking. Now, that doesn't mean this game is bad in my opinion. Far from it, from what I've played. I think it's a really great game, especially on the story front and lore storytelling. I really love the world building they are doing with this kind of Game of Thrones setup with different lands and lords and houses, and that they backstab each other. That's very interesting, even though I do kind of get sick of the European style theming. That's just my own preference. I'm not a big fan of European style because I live in Europe. I see that stuff all the time, castles and stuff like that. So I do think this game is good so far that I've played. Will it be my favorite Final Fantasy? Probably not, but I do think it's a good game. But it will be very controversial, and I do hope Square Enix sees that. They see the negative feedback of some of the fans, and that they do decide maybe, yeah, maybe full-on action, throwing away RPG mechanics might not be the best idea. Let's go a bit back to Final Fantasy 17 to more RPG mechanics, and I do think that's the right approach if they ever want to do a Final Fantasy 17. Now, if they do want to do a sequel for 16 though, in some way, I'm not at the end of the game, I don't know how it ends. Maybe they can't do a sequel. I don't know how these characters are going to end up, but if they want to do maybe an action-based focus like this game again, because I do think it's a good game, but you have to go with them in again with the mindset of it's more like a Devil May Cry, it's more like a God of War, and then you will be nicely surprised, I think, with this game. And if they ever want to do this again, I think it's better as a 16 sequel, like a 16-2 or 16-3, or a spin-off game, like a Final Fantasy War of the Icons, something like that. This game could have basically been a spin-off game, and I think that would have been better, but that doesn't mean that this game is bad. I've been enjoying it a lot, especially on the story front. I'm not a fan of every character. Some characters are very good and some characters are kind of boring. But I will give my full opinion when the review is out, because I have some opinions, but they haven't been fully solidified yet into something cohesive. So I will update you guys on Ace Eyes when that review is ready. But I thought this would be a fun topic to talk about. What is your experience so far with Final Fantasy 16? If you have been playing it, let me know in the comment section down below. Are you angry that they tossed out some of the RPG mechanics? Let me know in the comment section down below. Thank you guys for watching. As always, like this video if you like it. Subscribe to the channel if you want to see more gaming news, rumors, that type of stuff. And of course, visit my social media in the description down below. Normally I do gaming news, but the news is kind of dry, so that's why I'm doing more discussion video. I hope you guys enjoyed it though, nonetheless. And I'm going back to play some more Final Fantasy 16. I will see you guys in the next gaming news video, I hope. Bye bye.